I'm totally gonna beat you.
Are you kidding me? I'm like 5 minutes ahead of you.
Dude, no way. My car is so far in front of you.
No, it's
No, come on. Clear the jump. Clear the jump. Ah!
Yes!
Ah, dang. Oh, hello. I haven't noticed you there. My name's Kevin Kondracki.
And I'm Kevin Burke.
And today we're gonna teach you how to build a time machine.
Now, before we do all this, we must inform you that we're not actually building a time machine. We are just merely showing the steps that you should take if, say, you might build a time machine. So don't try this at home, kid. Now, before you build a time machine, you must understand basic time machine theories, which include Einstein's theory of relativity. This states that the farther away you are from gravity, the slower you will age.
I get it now!
Now, when building a time machine, you have to think of the equation. Now, there are many factors that go into making the equation. You have to think of things like velocity, gravity, rotation, and friction. Now, when you consider all of these factors, there's only one equation that would actually be logical and work for time travel. That equation is time equals rotation squared divided by friction times the quantity of gravity minus 1.09 times velocity cubed. All of this divided by 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd. So now that we have the equation for time travel, I'm going to give it to my partner Kevin, and he's going to show you what you can use as a flux capacitor.
Well, now that we have the formula, we have to move on to the flux capacitor. The flux capacitor idea was brought to life in Back to the Future, the movies, obviously, where they put it in the fast car that brought you back to the future. So, you need your own flux capacitor to not only jump into the space-time continuum, but to also be the energy source for your time machine. There are a lot of household items that already have flux capacitors built almost inside of them. If you tamper with them, they can be a flux capacitor for an even bigger machine. Now, the items I'm going to show you, I need to wear gloves because they have a lot of electrical currents in them, and I like to keep free from germs. Let's move over to the table, shall we? Now, there are a lot of gaming devices you can use as a flux capacitor. You can almost use any console, like the Xbox, Xbox 360, or PlayStation 3. Just please don't use the PlayStation 2. Bad things happen when you use the PlayStation 2. Or, if you don't have any of those, you could borrow your friend's Nintendo DS's. Only you need 2 of them, because they're not as strong. Old boomboxes were built with a flux capacitor in them. The new iPod Nano, actually, was built with a flux capacitor in it. Apple had no idea. TVs as well, and if you want to go green, there's always a metronome. For our purposes, though, we will just use the X.
Now, the next step is actually building a time machine, like we did here. Now, you see here we have our flux capacitor. But around the flux capacitor are 4 speakers. The purpose of these 4 speakers is to multiply the speed of sound, so it will equal the speed of light, thus giving us enough energy to go either into the future or into the past.
Now, here's the control panel for the time machine. Yellow, if we press that, will take us into the past. Blue, if we press this, will take us into the future. Red shows us the status of our time machine, if it's damaged, anything, and green will show us the fuel. Now, if you take a look over here, we have the 2 pedals, the go pedal and the stop pedal. You may have also noticed that the walls of the time machine are made of pillows. That is to hold the energy inside so that the energy does not explode out and cause a black hole to form, which in turn would suck the entire Earth into it, causing everyone to die. And that would be bad. Now, when time traveling, it's important to wear proper armor so that you do not absorb radiation. These vests help stop radiation from getting into your chest and causing you to spontaneously combust.
And these sunglasses are used so our eyes do not absorb the radiation. So like we said earlier, this is not a real functioning time machine. So even though he's going to slap that pad, we're not actually going to be traveling into the past or into the future.
We did want to give it a shot though, so I am going to plug in the equation right now and slap the pad Let's see if we go into the future, Kevin.
Let's see.
Whoa! Hey, what do you know? It worked!
Well, there you have it. I guess we actually did build a time machine.
Guess so.
Unfortunately, we don't have the time machine to go back to the past where we were.
Where'd it go?
So I guess see you next time on How to Build a Time Machine with Wilderness Materials.